In this tutorial, I want to talk about layer styles. Layer styles are special effects that can be assigned to specific layers. So if you don't have your layers palette, go ahead and open it up. If you don't have it open, it's under Window, Layers, or F7. And here I've got a Photoshop file with a background, an image layer. I've got a layer folder, layer styles, the text, and the actual words there. Now if you're unfamiliar with the layers palette, start with our layers tutorial. Layer styles are special effects that can be applied to one specific layer. So for example here, you can see it's this layer styles text here. The way you access them, the way I like to access them is by double clicking just to the right of words. If you click on the layer words there, you're going to rename it. If you click the thumbnail, it doesn't do anything, but if you click just to the right of it, you get this entirely new window. It comes up with the actual blending options. So let's take a look at this window here. First thing I want you to do is these are all special effects, and I want you to note that you could select something and nothing appears to change here. The preview is activated, so I can see the effect here barely. But what you want to do is not just use the checkbox, you actually want to click on the actual layer itself here, so that way you can see that every time you activate one, all your options change, and you deactivate by clicking the checkboxes. So right across the top here, you can see there's some layer styles. So for example, if I wanted to click this chrome effect, it applies the chrome effect to that specific layer. Okay, so I'm going to go back to no styles there. Under blending options here, we've got some layer blending modes, and we have a tutorial for that, and some advanced blending options here. But just working our way down, you see there's a bevel and emboss here, and you just play with the settings here, and you can adjust and control those. Unchecking them will remove them. Stroke here adds an outline stroke. So for example, if I increase it there, I'll change the color by double clicking here. You can see it appears to have changed all the color, but in fact it's just the stroke has gotten really large. So it's stroke or outline is what's going on there. We do inner shadow, outer glow, satin, that's like a gradient overlay. Okay, we've got all these different options here. Drop shadow might be an important one there. The drop shadow, I'm going to go ahead and increase it here, change the angle, and drop the distance a little bit. Okay, and then click OK. When you click OK, the layer style is applied. Over here in your layers palette, you'll notice that we have an effect, and you can turn the effect on and off here. And also, if you have multiple effects, you can experiment with it there. If you need to if you need to edit them, you just double click the effect itself, and it pops it back up for you. Okay, so that's how you apply your layer styles there. The other thing that you can do with layer styles is if you drop the opacity of a layer, you know that that layer disappears. But if you drop the fill percentage, okay, what ends up happening is your pixels on your layer disappear, but your layer styles remain there. And if you look closely there, you can actually see the shadow that I applied to those words there. So you can get some really interesting effects if you begin to experiment with layer styles. So this tutorial was just to introduce you to layer styles, how to access them, how to get back in there and apply more of them. A couple last minute options. If for whatever reason you accidentally happen to select one and delete it and it's gone, right here under effects you can do show all of the effects there, and that'll bring them all back up there. And if you need to, for example, a gradient overlay, if you click an add, now you have two different ones, so you could do double gradient overlays. I'm going to go ahead and delete that there. And under here, under styles, this little option here, you can actually get a lot more options, like dotted strokes. If you click OK, it'll replace all of these here. If you click append, it adds it to it, so we can add a dotted outline or a variety of dotted outlines if that's something that you actually need. You see, so back here we lost all of our styles, so I'm going to re-show them again and click no layer style there, and then now we're back to our original one. So that's a little bit about layer styles. It's something that you definitely want to experiment and work with. Drop shadows are commonly used, and strokes are commonly used for text. It doesn't have to be applied to text. It can be applied to any image or shape on a layer. But that should get you enough to get in there and start experimenting around. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out all of our tutorials at 5minutetutorials.com. You can also follow us below, and thanks for watching.